Welcome to Norway, guys. Thanks for coming along. There's a lot going on here. There's about 30 school kids have just turned up as a part of their training in Norway or learning in Norway, and they can choose to do a kind of bushcraft or scouting as a subject. So the forest is full of young people bushcrafting, basically. They're only here for one night, so it should be quieter later on in the week. We've been here for 3 days now. We've had thunderstorms, we've had winds, we've moved camp. I want to show you something. I'm going to show you these pack rafts I was talking about on this beautiful lake. So here we have Cosmo. He's the newest member to our group. And we have Dave, who you know, Mad Dave. He's out there, loving it. I've been out on the raft myself today, got attacked by a load of seagulls because I was near a nest on a little island and they all started dive bombing me, so I had to move away from that. Dave took the drone up for some footage, and when he come back he said he forgot to press play. So I was a little bit devastated about that because it was a beautiful video. But what I'm going to do is try and get out again, and we're going to try and capture that for you. So keep watching. So what Niall's doing is he's tying down the pack raft so the wind don't blow them away, and we've lost all that money and fun. They're really comfortable to lie on. We've been lying on them today and sunbathing, and we've actually thought if you turn them the other way and fill them full of water, you can have a bath in them. But Niall just prefers to bath in the lake. What are you reading there, Heather? Oh yes, I forgot. Yeah, the one you always bring on trips. Do you think you'll finish it this time?
Possibly.
Yeah, the rain's keeping us under cover, isn't it? Excellent. Craig, have you run out of alcohol?
Have I run out of alcohol?
Yeah.
Yeah, we drank all that limoncello last night.
Right. Good job I've got some, isn't it?
Yeah, that's why I got up late today.
Last time we was here, it was last year, end of summer. It felt like autumn. It was pretty cold. We thought it'd be red hot, and it wasn't. It was pretty cold. There was mushrooms out and berries. It's like autumn starts earlier here than in the UK. But we was looking at that island there, right there, and Dave said, next time we come, we're going to claim it and start our own country. We're going to have no politics. We're just going to have bushcraft, beer, and reindeer meat. If only that was true. But what is very true is the beauty of this place. We've got Niall there fishing. So Niall, how would you describe coming back here? How's it felt?
Oh, it's been amazing. It's been 9 years since I've been out here. It's even better to bring the pack rafts with us. I think that was a game changer, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely. The walk in here was quite difficult, mainly because of the weight we was carrying. We had about 25 kg, maybe more. We had a little bit of water, like a litre of water each. I had a litre of Jägermeister. All the food we need for an entire week. I've got to feed a family of 4. Luckily enough, I could spread some of the weight. I had a pack raft. It was quite a difficult, challenging walk, but everybody did very, very well, especially the girls. They just got on with it, basically. If you're coming out to places like this, if you don't know, you probably do, but if you don't know, you've got to take everything with you that you might need in an emergency. Stuff you can use as a stretcher for carrying a casualty out. You've got to have a sophisticated first aid kit, obviously your food, water purification kit, warm clothing, even though normally when we come this time of year, it's red hot and we're just in t-shirts. This particular trip, it's been quite bitterly cold. With the wind chill factor, it's been cold. That's why I'm glad I got this. This is my new kind of cruiser shirt. It's wool. It's 75 years old, believe it or not. And they still make similar things today. Filson make a cruiser shirt. It's about £700. I paid about £80 for this. I got it delivered from New York. It's been really, really good. It's been really warm, and it's not too warm. You know, when you're working, it breathes, wool breathes. So I can use it in winter as well. But what a beautiful place. I am so happy to be here right now. The weather can change here very quickly. It's a bit like Scotland in the UK. 1 minute it's cracking the flags, it's red hot. The next minute the wind comes, the rain comes. Now I've just heard thunder in the distance, and I heard it earlier on this morning, and within about 5 minutes it was like a swamp. But then the sun came back out and the wind dried up all the ground, and it was just dry again. It can change so quickly, and that's what's so beautiful about it. And these places are just really stunningly beautiful. But like most things in life, beautiful things are the most dangerous. This tree's probably 60 to 80 years old, and it's only quite small. The seasons are shorter here, so the trees don't grow as quick as, you know, back home. If you cut a tree and count the rings on it, you see how old it is. And we've cut some dead standing, you know, some real nice dry dead standing, and some of them are like that, and it's like 40 years old. Quite tall. A little later on in the year, all this floor will be covered in berries. Well, there's the thunder. Thor beating his hammer on his anvil, I think. Well, we are in the land of the Vikings. Yeah, so all this would be full of bilberries, lingonberries, lots of wild food. And of course you can use lingonberries to preserve food as well. They're rich in vitamin C. And you know, out here there's not much vitamin C. Unless you're having pine needle tea, you can get your vitamin C from your pine needle tea. I think I've mentioned on another video that last time we was here we had a fox come in camp and steal our breakfast. He was back last night. He was licking our billy cans. We had all our cooking equipment on a rock. There was no food there, but it was broad daylight. He walked into camp, just jumped up on this rock and started licking all our billy cans and nosing around. And when he seen us, he wasn't really that bothered. He just ran up the hill a little bit and just stared back at us. He had a bit of grey in his coat. I'm wondering if he had a winter coat, you know, and he's losing that now because it's spring or summer. But I don't really know. He looks like a young fox. You've got to watch these foxes.
It's your legs.
That's what I get for climbing up slippy logs. taking silly chances what I don't need to take, really. Imagine if I break my leg out here. How am I going to get out? You know, it's going to be a burden on my friends. I think I'm going to not do anything stupid in this video.
It's your legs.
Luckily enough, there's all this sphagnum moss on the floor, and it's like a big sponge, a big mattress, so I didn't hurt myself. I hurt my shin a little bit on the log, but it wasn't bad. But yeah, I'm just going to take it easy. There's all these little holes everywhere, you know, little divots in the ground. You can easily twist your ankle if you're not careful. Here's a bottom of a tree stump someone's cut. Looks like it was alive, to be honest. I don't know why they've cut that. But you can see all the pine resin there, you know. Great tinder, that. You can scrape it like that and create great tinder. But you can see here, I don't know if you can see on the camera, I'll get the camera in closer in a minute. But how many rings are in this? That's older than I thought, I think. I'm going to try and count those. I haven't got good eyes. Smells good. Well, I tried counting it the best I can, and it's kind of gone a bit dark here to tell. But to me, it's between about, I'd say, 35 to 45 years old. Something that big. That's why it's so dense, and that's why the Vikings used it, because it was damn strong. I think I'm going to go back, put my phone on charge, get a drink of tea or coffee, get an early night tonight. I was up quite late last night. Get an early night. I'll show you some more in the morning. So I'll say good night for now. The forest is just full of these school kids camping everywhere. I think there's not a flat piece of ground that hasn't got a tent on it. Great bunch. I was speaking to some last night. Really nice people, the Norwegians. But I can't make too much noise because I think they're all having a lie in. It's nearly 9 o'clock and he's still in bed. I think they was up last night, like teenagers do, you know, having sweets and drinks and things. This tree's older than my dad. My dad's 87 years old. This tree's, I can only count so much of it, 90 to 100 years old. Yeah, it's not really wide for a tree of that age, but you can see why the Vikings used them for the ships, the flexibility in these. On the big waves in the sea, the ships would bend rather than snap, and that's what gave them the ability to come to Britain across our rough seas. Oblivious. Good morning, Hannah.
Watching the sun go down.
Oh, nice.
I'm waiting for it to go behind the trees. I just never did. Squashies and drumsticks.
Yeah.
They must have seen me by commodities like. What's your top 5 sweets?
No, he didn't.
What's your favourite sweet? Yeah. Paul said it's the Jelly Babies. Haribo. I was like, yeah, probably Haribo.
Is that why he was talking about sweets? I hate Jelly Babies.
Anyway, mine's squashies.
You're a scavenger. Today's got a little bit away from us. We had a lot of heavy rain before and we had to just dive underneath the tarps and keep dry. Some of us went to town to get some supplies and things, so we've lost half a day here. But the sun's come out a little bit and it stopped raining, so everybody's pack crafting now. I'll show you that.
and then go back to the car. Is that what we did last time?
Yeah, tie them down because of strong winds. We don't want these pack rafts blowing into the lake. Right, guys, we're going to say good night for now because it's been a long day. Like I said before, we went into town. We've had some heavy rain. We're all tired. We've all eaten. We've all experienced some wonderful nature, but I think it's time for bed now. And we'll see you in the morning because tomorrow morning is going to be different. The sun's out tomorrow. The weather forecast is not a lot of rain, a bit of sunshine. So we're going to show you around these islands and this beautiful landscape. So good night.
Just talking about landing gear, it's just the stress. Like, right,
I get you, but at the same time, I think I mean, you can just you're not. Great thing is if you put the lanyard around your wrist.
yes, yeah.
It were the very first time I came here, I thought, yeah, it's okay. Yeah. Couple of twigs and
It's about 5 o'clock now. I didn't do any filming this morning. We've been doing a little bit of washing clothes and we've been out on the pack rafts and we've been doing a bit of swimming. I had to sleep for a while in a hammock because I didn't get much sleep last night. It was a bit cold. I think the wind was coming through my tent and waking me up a little bit. I think what I'll do now is show you around a little bit more. Just everywhere I go here, there's just beautiful views everywhere I look. This would make a great camp spot here. I've shown my friends the footage of me falling off the logger you seen earlier on in the video. Everyone was in stitches laughing at me. I felt a bit daft, to be honest, but I thought I'll leave it in the video because why not? If I had the money, I'd move out here. I really would. Right, come on, let's go for a walk. got some amazing footage this morning. We went out on the pack rafts exploring, and Dave has brought his drone with him again. So keep watching, because towards the end of the video you're going to see how big this place is and how beautiful it is from the air. I think I'm going to go back to camp now and cook some tea for the kids and the wife. Dave's given me some reindeer sausage. I've run out, so he kindly gave me some reindeer sausage in this. It's got peanuts in it, reindeer sausage, stock cubes, couscous, and cheese. Jarlsberg cheese. It's really nice, I think. Smells good. Whether the wife thinks so or not, I don't know. Let's see what she thinks about it. We've got 2 camp ducks. They keep coming and sitting with us, and Heather's been looking after them a bit. How is it, Hannah?
Pardon?
How is it?
Very tasty, thank you very much.
Yeah. Because I mean, to be honest, I had a Latlander for life. The Latlander's getting sold.
Yeah.
And the good thing is you can, you know, on bushcraft trade post, you can still knock a Latlander off for 10, 15 quid.
Yeah.
So you'll, you know, you're offsetting space.
Yeah. Thank you. And then I just hang it up in the coat
That was the thing on a vegan site once. They said,
Right, I'm going to sit down now and relax, chill out, get an early night. We've got a big day tomorrow. We're doing something special tomorrow, so keep watching. Press that subscribe button and help me out. Help yourself out as well, because then you can find me. I've got loads of videos, different videos, you know. Not necessarily in Norway or not necessarily Viking or anything like that. Just lots of different videos for you to see. Check them out. I think I'm gonna relax for a bit. I've got a bit tired today, to be honest. See you guys in the morning, which will be in about probably 3 seconds or something. Good morning, guys. We woke up last night with a search helicopter looking for a missing person. It was above our camp and around the area for about an hour and a half. And then we seen a rescue team on the ground with a quad, a 6-wheel quad bike, looking for a missing man. I don't know the details about it yet. If I find out, I'll post it so that you know what's going on. But somebody's gone missing, and it's easy to go missing in this environment. You know, it's very important to have with you high visibility clothing. You know, stuff like this, oranges, and I'm going to show you some other things you can use as, you know, markers to make yourself be seen better. But if you don't want to be seen, if you're looking for wildlife, we could always use a Jervins bag. Isn't that right, George? Your head holes here, mate. Put your head out of that, pal. Yeah, so George was in this Jervins bag. It's silver lined, you know, to keep you warm. Great bit of, you know, equipment, really. Not the cheapest, but the camouflage is awesome. So, yeah, we're going to play a little game today, aren't we, George? Basically, it's hide and seek, but it's hide and seek just to show you how good this camouflage is, you know, for spotting wildlife or whatever. I'm going to get George hiding in certain areas. I'm going to see if you can spot him. Do you reckon you can do it?
Yeah.
All right, let's get to it. I've done this one a little bit obvious, but let's see if you can see him. Right, come out, George. There he is. Right, we'll do one more. Right, I've made this one easier. See if you can spot him. And then we'll call this the last one now because he's not had his breakfast yet. So I'm going to have to take him for his breakfast. But I'll show you the other stuff I was talking about in a minute. Right, come out, George. Ta-da! Magic. So a guy from up north, a Norwegian chap from up north, he's pack rafting around here in a very good pack raft. He's just pulled in, so everyone's giving him a coffee. Very nice chap.
Oh wow! Really, you love that. The kitty ones.
Yeah, you can do it around the island with the vessels.
Oh no. I don't know what's happening.
So this gentleman we just met from the north of Norway is taking Dave and Niall to this other camp spot he knows, and it's a cabin that people have made, and everyone leaves food behind when they leave camp. It's a future place we might check out next trip. We're running out of time now, so I don't know if we're going to get to sleep there, but we're going and having a look at that. I got totally sidetracked. I was supposed to show you some high visibility stuff, and obviously the Norwegian gentleman was there with his pack raft, and next thing you know, I'm running back up the hills again, filming. We'll catch up with that in a bit. Got Cosmo over there in the distance. He's come to see what's going on. Hi, buddy. Have you seen where they've gone? Oh, they've definitely gone there then. Which way is the other guy gone? Is he gone straight?
He's headed off that way, further down the lake.
Oh, brilliant.
I was going to go to the end to have a proper look, but someone's camping.
Yeah, I did. I stopped myself. Yeah. It is a good spot though, isn't it?
Very good spot.
These pack rafts have been a game changer on this trip. They've made it so much more enjoyable. If you want to buy one of these Inuit pack rafts from Decathlon, we recommend them. For stuff like this, not rapids and extreme sports and stuff, but for stuff like this, bit ideal. They weigh 2 kilograms. That's nothing. Some sleeping bags weigh more than that. Niall's never been out of it. Yeah, if you want to get one, they're £400 in the UK. My suggestion is buy one in winter time because they drop to £300. Hey, buddy.
Hey, okay.
Yeah, he's loving it. He's talking to a fisherman, asking what bait he's using. He's using fish sticks, apparently. The wind's changed direction today. It was blowing basically up here, Now it's blowing that way. So coming back, it's much harder to paddle, against the wind. pack rafts don't do very well in the wind. You know, so I'll be a bit careful if you was thinking about taking one out on a Scottish loch, you know, a loch in Scotland or something like that, because you just get blown around, you know. Are you enjoying it, Dave? Yeah, good man. I was just saying, then, you're paddling against the wind now, are you? Yeah, a bit difficult. Yeah, so talking about high-vis clothing and things that can get you seen in an emergency. The Inuit pack raft, if you turn it upside down, the whole bottom of it's bright orange. So that's a good safety feature, I think. Also, if someone capsizes in a distance, if you see orange, you know the upside down. I think they've really thought these rafts out, to be honest. We've got Craig now and Cosmo. They're going checking out the cabin. We really need to get some more of these rafts. Right, guys, this is what's happening right now. We've told Craig and Heather that, well, we've told Heather that we're going to colonise the island for fun. All of us are going to ferry each other across to get to the island, just to get her out over there. But really, Craig's going to propose to her on the island. I hope she says yes. Congratulations to Heather and Craig.
Yoo-hoo! Ow, 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 ow!
Put it here, let's have a look. Oh, that's beautiful. Right, give me a cuddle. Well, thank you very, very much for coming along on our adventure holiday. It's been absolutely fantastic. I haven't managed to film everything we've done. I've just done little bits here and now because I'm, you know, on holiday. So I haven't had much time to get everything in, but I hope you've really enjoyed it, and I hope you've got some ideas, maybe for family camping or whatever. Real nice surprise with Heather and Craig getting engaged there. That was nice. Keep watching, there's going to be a little bit more to come in this video, just towards the end, some more for you to see. Subscribe, then you can find me, and I'll see you next time, guys.